Executive session and close the police commission meeting. It's right here.
It's on.
It's loud.
It's just loud, that's fine. Okay. Do we get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So welcome everybody to the Town of Orangetown Town Board meeting of May 9th, 2023. Can we get a roll call? We do that after.
Councilman Tom Divinity,
Here.
Councilman Paul Valentine, Councilman Gerald Vaditsky,
Here.
Councilman Brian Donahue,
Here.
Supervisor Teresa Kennedy.
Here. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And we're going to lead. Jerry, you want to lead? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. So, wow, I haven't seen the room this crowded in quite a while. So our first announcement or discussion is on the update of the New York City plan to house asylum seekers in Orangetown. So, I'm just going to start and say a couple things. We will be having a public session, so when we get to that point, I'm asking everybody to please be mindful and respectful in your statements. Inflammatory, discriminatory comments will not be tolerated. I'm asking for quiet when people are speaking and respect for all speakers. I just also want to note that Councilman Paul Valentine is away on overseas on a family trip that had been planned for over a year, but he's in regular contact with members of the town board and is checking in regularly on the situation, and he wants everyone to know that he agrees with the town board's opposition to this plan and all the actions that we are taking. So to start, I just want to, I think it's very important to deal with facts. So I want to start with the fact that Mayor Adams did not contact the county executive or myself until last Friday afternoon to advise us about this plan to bus and shelter immigrants to a hotel in Orangetown, starting as early as that weekend, with little to no details, other than it would be adult single males. Upon further investigation, we learned that pursuant to this pilot program, that's what we're being told is a pilot program, New York City would be paying for the migrants' shelter, clothing, food, toiletries, and laundry, and providing on-site staff for each immigrant for up to 4 months in a hotel in Orangeburg. This is not simply renting out a room in a hotel, as it had been presented. It is running a New York City shelter in Orangeburg, a small hamlet in Orangetown, without having even the decency to have a substantive conversation with elected officials about the plan or its long-term consequences to the county or the town. There were legitimate questions which we could not get answers to, like what happens after 4 months. Without a long-term plan, after 4 months, Rockland County will be left to address housing and the other needs of these people without any time to prepare or the resources to do so. Another fact, the hotel is in Orangeburg, is just that, it's a hotel, defined by Orangetown laws allowing transient stays of less than 30 days. So the plan to house individuals for 4 months does not comply with our local laws. The town issued the property owner with a notice of violation on Sunday evening, advising them of this fact. In addition, at 2 p.m. today, the town filed an order to show cause seeking a temporary restraining order against the hotel in Rockland Supreme Court, as New York City Mayor or Mayor Adams does not have the right to preempt our town local laws. At 4:30 this afternoon, we finally got a call. They set up a call with the mayor's office for a debriefing on the matter. And I was told that 30 migrant single males would be transported to the hotel tomorrow. And at 5 p.m. tonight, our temporary restraining order was granted, and the hotel will be prohibited from taking any of the migrants until the matter is heard before the court on Monday. This is still an ongoing matter. This is a legal matter. It's not over. Please be mindful that whatever you say tonight can be used for or against the town of Orangetown. I urge people, this is your time to shine. We are a good town, good people. We are welcoming and we're loving. Please be mindful of that whenever you speak. But the fault for how this played out falls squarely with Mayor Adams. Coordination at all levels of government should have been taking place long before any attempt to implement this plan. I listened to County Executive George Latimer speaking on this issue, who had not been contacted regarding the implementation of any Westchester locations. And he stated that he needed time to look at the legal basis of New York City to do this. The impact to the residents of Westchester, the timeline for it, and the need for coordination with all county executives and the federal government in New York City. all reasonable things which should have been afforded to the people of Rockland County and Orangetown. So on that note, I'm going to pass it on to our town attorney, who will explain, again, it was after 5 o'clock that we received the temporary restraining order, so they are not allowed to, the hotel is not allowed to accept these migrants tomorrow, but I will let legal counsel explain it to you.
Right, so today, as Supervisor indicated, at 2 p.m., lawsuit was filed in the Supreme Court, Rockland County here in New City. The matter was assigned to Judge Christy D'Alessio. It is index number 032048 of 2023. That's available on the New York State Court electronic filing system. It can be looked up, and it's a matter of public record. The court held an emergency conference by video this afternoon, and the court issued a decision which, in terms of the timeline, the town has commenced this lawsuit claiming that the hotel, if it operates the way it has been planned as basically a shelter from New York City and extended stay, that it would be operating in violation of its CO. That lawsuit is pending. As part of the lawsuit, the town asked for what's called a preliminary injunction, that while the lawsuit is pending, that the court would order that they not be allowed to operate in that fashion until the lawsuit is decided. The discussion on the preliminary injunction will be held on Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. before Judge D'Alessio, at which time oral argument will be made. Certainly the town will be heard, and the defendants will be heard. The defendants are the Armoni Inn and Suites, excuse me, Palisades Estates, EOM LLC, and Johnson Kirchner Holdings LLC. Until Monday, the judge granted what's called a temporary restraining order, which grants temporary relief just in the interim until the hearing on Monday morning, at which time the court will then decide upon whether or not to issue a preliminary injunction or continue the temporary restraining order or whatever decision the court wishes to make. As the supervisor indicated, this is a pending and ongoing lawsuit. It's certainly not over. It's frankly just the beginning. Again, the notice of violation was issued. The town will be pursuing that. The town will be pursuing this. But in the interim, between now and Monday, this temporary restraining order is in effect. And again, it's a matter of public record. But specifically, the court ordered, and this is the third paragraph or order and decree, that using the subject property referenced in the complaint in violation of the town code and zoning code, that they're restrained from doing that, the individuals without housing from New York City or any other municipality unless and until expressly permitted under local laws of the town of Orangetown. So the defendants are prohibited at this time from using the subject property for individuals without housing from New York City or any other municipality unless and until expressly permitted under the local laws of the town of Orangetown. So that's pending until Monday. So as of now, the defendants are being served. Again, it's a matter of public record, and that's where we stand. And again, as the supervisor indicated, all of this, anything anybody says here, anything any of the board members say, is all certainly something that can and likely will come up during any argument on this case. So my recommendation to the board is obviously to not speak as little as possible on it, just because we're going to be in court. We're enforcing the laws. The building inspector has made a determination, and we're going to court to enforce that. So that's where we are.
Okay. So on that note,
I have my 2 cents.
okay.
All right. I was on the debriefing with Supervisor Kenny, and just would like to add that Mayor Adams' office indicated that this is a pilot program, and that if successful, they'll be doing this throughout the Hudson Valley and on Long Island and wherever they want to do it. And from the beginning, it's always bothered me as an attorney how Mayor Adams, who's elected as the mayor of New York City, has decided that he can come into Orangetown, where Teresa Kenny is supervisor, and we are the board that was elected by the town of Orangetown, and basically change the zoning code to put a welfare house in the town of Orangetown. It's beyond me. He doesn't have the jurisdiction. It violates the concept of home rule in New York State and is deeply offensive to the elected members of this town board and the residents of Orangetown. And, Supervisor Kenny has done a great job, and we will continue to fight for our rights in the town of Orangetown.
Gentlemen, you're good?
Yeah, we're good. We agree with everything that was said, and we will continue this as far as we can take it, and
Okay.
hope for the best.
So we are now going to go through a couple of other announcements, and you're just going to have to sit tight before you can speak. So we have a couple public hearings scheduled, one for a proposed zone change for 175 East Washington Avenue in Pearl River for May 23rd, and also the accept the draft comprehensive plan, consider adopting the Orangetown Comm Plan, again, and that's on May 23rd. 2023, we have a whole list of Orangetown Memorial Day events, so you can visit our website. They're all on there. That's coming up very soon. And then we have, this is a legal notice we have to give the town of Orangetown draft municipal separate storm sewer system, MS4 annual report, will be available for review on the town's website. We have a couple of discussion items which I'm going to come back to at the end. I think we have to get to the public comment sooner rather than later. Okay. So we are going to workshop real quick. We have number 3, set the public hearing. We can add the, combine them? Okay, yeah, so I guess we can combine them. Okay, so get a motion to combine number 3, 4. Oh, okay.
Workshopping.
Okay, thank you. Got me. Okay. Okay, number 7, approve additional services for AKRF in regard to our comp plan, which has gone above and beyond. Number 8, a tax cert. Number 9, another tax cert. Number 10, release of a performance bond. Number 11, appoint Mike Marano to a senior groundskeeper in the Parks Department. And then approve agenda items 13 through 16, which are lend assistance. And then we have receive and file. And then we have, those other items at the end. The items paid on Christine and Ashley Shutter. Okay.
Chairman Tortorella was here for number 5.
Oh, I skipped right over it?
Might want to hear from her.
Okay, we can do that. We could do that. Jerry, you want to be heard on the workshop portion so that we could, this is on agenda number 5. You want to get up and speak, and then we can?
Good evening, Jerry Tortorella of Hockerman, Tortorella, and Wexstein, and we are counsel for the owners of the Orangeburg Commons Shopping Center. And we're here this evening to initiate our discussion with the board. We've made an application for an amendment to the zoning code to permit a fast food use on the property, which is shown up on the diagram that's on the wall. As you know, Orangeburg Commons was originally approved as a mixed-use development in 2006. The Stop and Shop and the Residence Inn were constructed and have been operating for over 10 years. We've tried long and hard to get a traditional restaurant on that site, and it has not happened. But Chipotle has expressed serious interest in establishing one of its restaurants on the pad that's in the location right where I'm indicating right here. And so we have sought approval from the board. We are seeking approval from the board in order to establish that use which the building inspector has determined qualifies as a fast food under your broad definition of fast food restaurant under your code. And related to that is an application to amend the special permit, which your board has the jurisdiction over for the shopping center to permit that modification of uses on the property. And so that's the application before you this evening. We would like the board to start the process, which in my mind would be establishing its intent to be the lead agency on both the zoning amendment and the special permit application. We will require approvals from the planning board and from from ACABOR. So we are moving ahead, and we'll move ahead with those if we get through this initial phase of approvals. We'd like the referral to be made to the planning board because there is a zoning amendment aspect to this, and to other outside agencies that you typically would make referrals to. And hopefully the board would be inclined to set a public hearing on both the application for the zoning amendment and on the request for amendment of the special permit. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have, although we will be prepared to bring our team to make a full presentation for the public hearing.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions? I reviewed the proposal, the application you put in, so you answered all my questions.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so in light of the number of people here and how many want to speak, we are going to reduce the amount of time to speak to 2 minutes tonight, so that we can get on with our other business. I would just ask if somebody has stated what you said, if there's no need to get up in light of the most recent information you received. If you can avoid speaking, please take that opportunity. But again, everybody has the right to speak. You have 2 minutes, and we are going to start with, was it? Yeah, we don't answer any questions as you speak. We're not going to be answering everybody, so we will address whatever questions at the end or at a later time, but we don't go back and forth with anybody. And again, I just ask you respect anybody that's speaking, and we remain quiet when people are speaking, so. Okay, on that note, can I get a motion to open the public comment?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Tom Divany, all in favor?
Aye.
He beat you to it. Okay, so the first person signed up, figures, I can't read it, Christine O'Brien from Pearl River?
Hi, my name is Christine, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you representing us. I was born in Nyack Hospital, and this is a serious situation for me because I feel my rights are being stomped on and I am being neglected. I would like to take this moment to thank each and every one of you for your exemplary leadership for our multicultural and overcrowded community. Your consistent ability to work pragmatically, diplomatically, and effectively is an inspiration and the epitome of what real leadership is all about. Our elected officials represent and reflect the values, integrity, concerns, and the consistency that we need in our community. They continue to make impartial, intelligent, and well-thought decisions based on facts and based on the welfare of our community. And I am personally offended by the name-calling and finger-pointing that is being transpired by the other people that are not being represented by us. So I would like to take this moment again to thank you and to wish you well in your endeavors to save our community. And I now take my time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stacy Maher, and I'll just say, if you don't mind, just stating your name when you get up there and your town.
Stacy Ma, Pearl River, New York. With more asylum seekers arriving daily in New York City, the influx has pushed the shelter system in New York City to its breaking point. The mayor needs to create emergency housing sites in New York City. Ideally, he said he wanted large spaces in New York City with rows of bunk beds that can be set up in an auditorium. Yet Mayor Adams' answer for us is to put them in hotels. So why does New York City get the open space that he wants, but yet we have to set up SROs, single-room occupancies in hotels, when there are plenty of hotels that are vacant in New York City? Let him put them in his own hotels. And ideally, his answer is to set up the illegal shelters and bypass all of our codes and laws and endangering our safety. As a retired New York City police officer, I work those SROs. They're dangerous to the community, they're dangerous to the people there, they're dangerous to everybody around them. They will be dangerous here. I'd like to thank the Supervisor Kenny and the town board for doing everything they can with the powers to take care of us Orangetown residents. Thank you.
Is that crossed out? You think it's crossed out? I think you crossed out though, right? No, right here. Oh, okay, okay, because that's crossed out. Okay, so Steve DeGanzik, Pearl River? Let me see what about the comp plan.
Good evening. My name is Steve DeGanzik, Pearl River. I guess my timing is not too good because we have a situation that trumps what I want to speak about. But I just want to thank the board members that reached out with an email about the comprehensive plan and how it's important that we keep Orangetown safe, keep our Orangetown green, keep Orangetown the friendly community that we have. The arrogance of the developer and the architect that put this Juris building up on Veterans Highway where it's above the tree lines, it's ridiculous that we have a building like that in our community. And I'm just hoping that we look at this comprehensive plan a little bit closely, that it does, I know you have more important things to do right now, but that we do not give away our area or whatever. Again, I'm friendly with the Lovett boys, okay? I went to high school with them. I break chops of the one son there about Supervisor Lovett, who was there when this thing was built, but it was probably in the works even before Supervisor Lovett was in office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joyce Taub?
I just want to say that I feel as the person before me that my subject, my topic, is off topic, but I'll do the best I can. I've spoken to this board 3 times before about our passionate objection to the Rockland Cider Works as our neighbor. One thing I know for sure that has changed is I'm more comfortable at the podium, and I thank you for that. Now that there is a report from the LaBerge Group, commissioned by the town and paid for by RCW, I'm asking you to do your due diligence and begin at the beginning. Please ask LaBerge to comment first and foremost on whether the proposed use of the Van Houten Farm property is appropriate for the R40 residential zone where it seeks to operate. Starting the assessment process by trying to make RCW's proposed law change work without first asking the question, should it even be here, is putting the proverbial horse before the cart. Secondly, ask if Orangetown will benefit from the presence of a farm winery. And if Orangetown were to benefit from the presence of a farm winery, ask where it would be best situated. Many people may enthusiastically find RCW entertaining, but these people go home to privacy of their own homes after their fun is done. We have seen nothing but continuous bad behavior of RCW's operators, and I note that RCW is permitted to operate in this location. There will be a long-term resource drain in the form of litigation, frequent calls to police, and complaints to the town. RCW's behavior is not going to change. As I mentioned before, the owners have become emboldened ever since they began skirting the law by not growing produce on their premises, and this will likely continue after having had seasons of success operating in utter defiance of the town's zoning laws without permits and ignoring the many stop operation orders they've been given. RCW and its neighbors in the current location cannot coexist.
Thank you. Christopher Gianetti? Dina McIntyre, Jerry Verdicchio. We're going to have more after this, I'm sure.
Good evening, Christopher Genetti, Orangetown. I've lived here for 5 years now. I know that people of Orangetown, the board, you people are generous, you're charitable. Having said that, you're asking 340 some odd men to come here, of which we have no idea who they are. They have not been cleared. We have not checked their criminal backgrounds. We have no idea what they've done in the countries of origin. We do not have the affordable housing capabilities for them. Mayor Adams, the king of New York City, he got $1 billion, and he's shipping everyone out. All right, that's really cute. All right. Having said that, I will say that being that we don't know who these people are, and they're going to be housed here temporarily for 4 months, what happens after 4 months? You're not just going to grab everybody and throw them right out. You don't do that. That's inhumane, and that's not something anybody will stand for. So everybody's here today. It's very crowded, and I will say that Rockland County, Orangetown, from what I've learned, is a beautiful place. We're charitable, we're welcoming, but we can't work under these conditions, and I applaud the board and Ed Day for fighting it, because it's reprehensible that a mayor of another municipality can say, this is what you're doing, and that's it. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Dina McIntyre? I'm sorry, Jason?
Dina McIntyre? Oh, here she is.
My name is Dina McIntyre. I live in Orangetown. We also have a small business here. Our kids grew up here. Our kids grew up here. I'm just concerned because once people are here, how are we going to help them? How is this not going to overload our system? We have RPC patients walking around unsupervised, panhandling at the shopping centers. That's a problem. We have multiple elementary schools, middle school, high school. We have 2 colleges that are here with dorms. What are the parents that are sending their kids here for college? That's going to impact that. It's going to impact the small businesses. I implore everybody to do what they can within their legal ability to try and stop this. This is such a charitable community, and we have no problem helping, but this is being force-fed, and it's not fair, not whatsoever. New York City is a sanctuary city. It's that in the 5 boroughs. This is not part of the 5 boroughs. This is a suburb, just like Westchester, Orange, and it's not fair because we can't go down there and tell Mayor Adams what to do. Why is he doing that to us? I appreciate every one of you for standing up and putting this into action to protect our community. Thank you.
Jerry Dovicchio? Radicchio?
Good evening, Gerald Vaditsky, been an Orangetown resident since 1988. I've since retired from the county sheriff's office after 30 years. Driving the streets in the county of Rockland up Route 59 in Spring Valley and in Ramapo, to bring to your attention, it's a day laborer affair, and there's people up there looking for work every day. We cannot, and hopefully will not, have 303 look like 59 at 7 o'clock in the morning. With that being said, I'd like to thank the council for the quick action and the fast response, and Ed Day's response as well. You know, I've been hearing a lot on the news, and today just now, about the colleges, the students, and the residents. Let's all keep in mind, people, we have multiple senior living assistants living here in Rockland County, and only right here in Orangeburg. We have to keep those citizens protected every day. There are senior scams going around without strange people coming in here. Can you imagine the vulnerability of those people being scammed, walking to a supermarket and getting scammed by these unknown people? They're getting scammed already, these poor seniors. Let's protect everybody. I have confidence in the town board, and I have confidence in the Orangetown Police Department under the Chief Butterworth's command and his staff members, that they will keep Orangetown safe and keep our community safe. And let's just keep Rockland rolling and keep our seniors and everybody else safe. Thank you, and I appreciate everything you've done.
Thanks, Jerry.
Rock and rolling. Okay, so that's the last person that had signed up to speak, but of course, I know there's people here who probably want to speak. So if you just want to, Mike Mandel, I'll start with you, and then anybody who, in the back, maybe if you want to speak, if you just want to kind of come in and we can line you up maybe there so that I don't have to try and, okay, go ahead, Mike.
Good evening, Supervisor Kennedy, members of the town board. Michael Mandel, a resident of Pearl River. I just want to commend the elected officials, including the town board, especially Supervisor Kenny, U.S. Representative Mike Lawler, and County Executive Day for their defense of the rule of law, which our republic is based upon. Their opposition to New York City's plan to house 340 single adults in our community, adjacent to a high school, 2 colleges, and senior housing is laudable. I oppose this housing. And I'm not anti-immigrant. I was not born in this country. My paternal grandparents arrived here via Ellis Island. We are not a sanctuary city like New York City or like New York State. We do not have the infrastructure, transportation, hospitals to support these individuals, especially after the city stops paying 4 months later, and now they're roaming the streets, as was brought up. 303 become like 59. We do not have the tax base, which is stressed to the limit it is now, and the town has held the base, our taxes over the last few years. The cause is not that we have to find housing for these people. The cause is, the problem is the open borders, where millions have crossed during the last 2 years. Fentanyl comes across the border like water. Nobody's there to stop it, killing thousands. Unaccompanied children. Nobody can account for where these children are or what's happened to them. The solution is to close the borders and require asylum seekers to apply in their own countries and wait their turn, as so many who comply with the rule of law do, waiting 4, 5, and 6 years to come here. Do not send them to every community in this country to solve your problem. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say, God bless America.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Land of the free and the home of the brave.
Would you mind just stating the name for the record?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Joanne Corona, and I lived in Orangeburg for 35 years, raised my children, and enjoyed living in this beautiful area. It's been a blessing to live here, and it's been everybody's dream to come to America. That was the dream. My husband came to America through Ellis Island. His mother was an American citizen, and he had family waiting here to accept him and help them to relive the American dream. What has happened to our country with these open borders and everybody let in? Why not do it the right way? Come in the right way, the way we were taught to live as an American and live the dream. I just want to say, close those borders now. Thank you for taking care of our area. God bless you, give you strength to carry on, and too bad for New York. You want them, you got them.
She's a hard act to follow, I'm telling you.
I was going to say, I didn't know you were in charge of the border. But how you doing? My name is Frank Pizzolo. I just want to ask a question. What legally are we doing in response to this, what they did to us by shipping all these people in? Is there some kind of, that we're going to sue New York? Because I know if I would have done that, I would have been arrested, bringing illegals into here. Now, New York City doesn't have a right to do this, according to our town charter and everything, right? That's what I heard. So what legally are we doing to suppress this? Can you, am I just here to make a speech?
No, I'm sorry, you might have missed the meeting. We don't answer questions back and forth.
Well, then, that's something I'd like to see broadcast or put out there, what you are doing.
Absolutely.
To do,
You
so that
might
we
have
can
come
all have
late
at
because
least.
we gave a whole thing about what we did, but we'll, all right, we'll wait till everyone speaks then. If you want to stick around, we did say in the beginning what we're doing, but.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it. I watched the broadcast on Facebook when you did that one. I watched that. But I didn't hear anything about like lawsuits or anything like that. Anyway, good luck.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Hello, my name is Janice Magistro. I come from Muncie, up further where Spring Valley is. And I can't begin to tell you the destruction where I live. Muncie and Spring Valley is inundated with illegal people. And I don't know how our community, how Rockland County is going to afford to pay for the needs of these people. Somebody said to me today, where is your compassion? I say, I have a lot of compassion, but I have compassion for the law and the rights of the law. And that protects not only us, but it protects those people also. I live in a community where there's multiple ethnicities. I have people from Ethiopia, or I have people from Costa Rica, Venezuela. They don't speak much English, but you know, they're very infuriated because they came here legally. My one neighbor, when she came, it cost her $20,000. She was a school teacher in Costa Rica and cannot get a job here as a school teacher. She met and married her husband, who also paid $20,000 to get into this country legally. They've now been here, I know them for 22 years. They're very hardworking people. They're a wonderful couple, loving husband, hardworking people. I applaud people like that. And we, all of us here, that's what we're looking for. We're not looking to condemn any group of people. We're not here for that reason, but we're here for the right things. These men are going to be put right behind, not far from where the girls' and boys' dormitories are. We have all these colleges here. We have Tapan High School across the road. What is it going to cost the county to protect not only our seniors, but our children, our boys and girls, the shopping centers? Up where I am, they closed the CVS on Old Nyack Turnpike because they were robbed so many times. We don't want to see that happen here. It's already too late up where I live in Muncie and Spring Valley. And so I'm here tonight not only to support Orangeburg, but the counties all around. We really need to start doing something.
Okay, thank you. Our time is up, so thank you.
My name is Marie Joyce. I am a lifelong Blauvelt resident. And the last time that I spoke at this podium, I was 12 years old, and I was asking the town board to improve security measures for the neighbors of Rockland Psychiatric Center. 25 years later, I'm now a homeowner in this community, and I'm raising 2 kids in this community, and I find myself having a similar conversation with the board, wondering what are we going to do to keep this community safe. I agree with your assessment that this is basically a plan by Mayor Adams to open an overflow shelter for people who are currently landing in New York City. We have all heard the reports of theft and violence and assaults that happen routinely in New York City shelters. Mayor Adams has informed via his advertising that the people coming here will receive food, housing, medical, laundry services, caseworkers. He has not mentioned what the security measures are going to be in this facility. 340 adult strangers suddenly cohabiting under one roof under distressing circumstances is a recipe for disaster. If Mayor Adams is not planning to include security measures in this plan, the only thing I can assume is that our officers in OPD are going to have to increase surveillance. They're going to have to increase their presence at the facility, and at what cost to taxpayers. I agree, I understand and I appreciate the board's stated need for discretion while this is a pending legal issue, but I also implore you to come up with a plan to develop comprehensive and transparent communication with residents so that we can all be updated every step of the way, and we can know who's coming to our community. Thank you.
Okay, is there anybody, are they lined up there? Anybody else want to speak? Oh, here we go, Eileen.
Good evening, members of the board, and thank you for doing all that you've done for the residents of Orangetown. We've heard a lot from people in the town. I think they've expressed how we all feel about this. The issue I have is the hotel now operating, is Armani operating now as a regular hotel? And if so, what is to stop a van pulling in and letting out 15 or 20 people and saying they're here to stay, you know, for a week or two or what have you? And is there any kind of an opportunity for our local officers to inquire about the vans? There are a lot of unmarked vans, white vans or black vans driving throughout Orangetown anymore, and we don't know where they are. But I think all the safety issues, questions, concerns have been raised. I'm living here since 1971, worked hard to keep my home over my head, and anyway, I think you have a lot of work to do, but you have the support of the people of Orangetown behind you. And we all believe in law and order. Some of the people that spoke here tonight were quite elegant, and they should be congratulated and thanked for expressing the way they have spoken, and they have spoken in the way Orangetown does deal with issues, the way you asked them to do, Teresa, and thank you.
Is there anyone else that wants to speak? You have to, okay, just come around there and.
Hey there, Jerry Goggin, Sickletown Road. I can see you've got a lot on your plate tonight, so I'll make it brief, and I've only got 2 minutes anyway. So regarding RCW, you know you've received a letter from the concerned neighbors, from our attorneys, and also from Jan Degenshine, who's a well-known town planner, commenting on the LaBerge report. We'd like to ask you to send our documents to LaBerge so they can consider them properly, because we think they're relevant to the case. The thing that Joyce spoke about a moment ago was that LaBerge's report was never set to answer the question of, is this a good idea for Orangetown, and is this the right location for Orangetown? And I think those are still important questions that could be put to LaBerge. Since we're being brief tonight, I'll just mention a couple more things. Number one, RCW's revisions to LaBerge's report were, of course, unilaterally in their favor and don't seem to indicate the same level of compassion and care for their neighbors that they frequently tell us about. At least we're not convinced about those things. There are a lot of concerns about how the SLA law will take precedence over town law in certain areas, and how the town won't be able to control certain aspects of the operation. It's my understanding that charges are still outstanding against RCW at the SLA. We have the issue of Sharon and Chris Van Houten's property, which is in dispute, and they are potentially owners of that property. They certainly own the house. We have charges in Justice Court, and I want you to know that the stables there, Silver Rock, has a 4-year lease. So despite what this is presented as, which is give us what we want, or we're going to leave, we're going to shut down, the situation is in reality a lot more complicated and needs some thoughtful consideration. In reality, due to all these multiple existing issues, the town will, in our opinion, be opening a Pandora's box of which the town will have limited control if that law is passed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else that wants to speak? Just move right on up there.
Thank you. My name is Diane Holland. I am a West Nyack resident, not, so I am the town of Clarkstown, but I appreciate what the board is doing. I really commend everything you're doing. If our country and our counties would follow the law, we would not be in this predicament. There is 8 USC 1323. There's an unlawful entry law. If we would basically get back to following the law, I think all of this would be a moot point. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else? You just got to kind of come around here. Anybody else wants to speak or raise your hand, but, right, I see somebody coming in from the back there.
Good evening. My name is Paul Brower. While I agree completely with all the previous speakers, I think there is a glaring problem that we are all missing. The migrants, while their presence is troublesome on many levels, it is only a symptom of a much greater problem. There are a group of people in this town, property owners, commercial real estate owners, that don't actually live here and don't have any vested interest in the community or its people. The owners of the Armani Hotel agreed to bring these migrants in. They knew well before anyone else in this town that the migrants were coming in, and not only happily accepted them, but hid it from town officials and the community. There is dark money in this town, and we need to root it out.
Anybody else, if you want to speak, yep, just come around here. Just kind of line up if you want to speak. Yep, you're good.
Thank you. I'm sorry I missed many of the comments that were made, but I do have...
Would you mind just saying your name for the record?
Yes, Maria Ironside, Tapan. A few points I'd like to make about the asylum seekers are that they've already been vetted quite a lot.
Okay. I'm not going to have it. Everyone, please be respectful.
These are not, they've already had to go through numerous checks to this point, and they're being processed by the federal government. These are not just wayward people. They're actually in a process of seeking asylum, and they've had checks done. Another thing I'd like to say is that I think it's really surprising that the county and the town are getting involved in dictating to business owners, private business
Okay,
owners.
I'm gonna stop
who
you.
they could
I'm gonna
take
stop
their,
you right
who
there.
they could
I'm gonna
take their
stop-
money
I'm gonna stop you
from.
right there. I don't know if you admitted at the beginning. We have zoning laws, okay? We have zoning laws, okay? That's all this is about. You have a C of O to operate a certain way. If the business is not operating that certain way, like cider works, like the smoke, whatever business it is, we treat all of them the same. Okay,
Okay.
and I'm going to stop there. So I'm offended by the fact that you're saying that we are interfering when you have the city of New York opening a shelter in our town. Okay.
If I may
And on that, I will let
continue,
you have the rest of your
I
time.
don't think my time was up.
No,
I
you still have
don't,
time.
I
She's
don't,
not- the clock was
people
stopped.
coming to a hotel in Orangetown since when have been subjected to background checks about their past? It's not the same.
Let's
This
just
is-
allow her to please allow her to finish quietly.
This is not procedure for the town to get involved in what guests are staying at a hotel. Thank you.
That guy's let her talk.
They are paying guests.
Okay, everybody, please. Okay, everybody listen, we really need to just, sorry I broke my own rule, but, but we need to respect everybody speaking. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
All right, can I go? All right. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name's Alfredo Castro, and I'm a resident of Orangeburg. I do agree with you. Thank you for the previous people that have spoken and members of the board, for all the communication you've had with the neighbors and the press conferences. And it's true, it wasn't right for the city to just, unabashedly just say, take them, they're your problem. There should have been communication. He's basically, what the mayor was doing was contradicting himself by saying, oh, they're your problem, take them. And you're right, there should be more communication on his part. You are right with it, the previous speaker, she was wrong by saying you don't have the authority to dictate business what to do. You actually do, with the zoning policies. And, just keep up the good work, and thank you, and let's stay strong, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else lined up that wants to speak, or you got to come around if you want to speak? It's now or forever hold your peace, because we're going to be closing the public portion, so. Okay, going once, going twice. Can I get a motion to close the public portion?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
No, I just would like to add one thing. One of the previous speakers said that the town should not interfere with hotel operations. The problem is, this is not going to be operated as a hotel. It's a homeless shelter. They have COVID tests there, they have social workers there, they have laundry coming in every week, and the biggest problem is, the New York City is paying the expenses until 4 months, and after that, it's going to be thrown on the town of Orangetown to continue to pay for those services. And the town of Orangetown and the county of Rockland doesn't have the money to do so, and it's that simple.
Okay, so we're going to take a 5-minute break just to let everybody doesn't want to stick around for the rest of the meeting to grab their microphones and everything else, so 5-minute break. Yes. Well, yes. What do you people want to do? Want to go now? You want to go after?
Let's go now.
Okay.
Get over.
Okay, so do I have a motion to go into executive session to discuss a personal matter with town attorney?
Moved.
Personnel.
Personnel. What'd I say?
Motion.
It sounded like personal.
Who made the motion?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I'm just like my father, just like my father. I get like, I'm fine, and then you hit a button, and I go, okay. So motion to come out of executive session?
Motion.
I think it was, Tom moved, Brian
I'll second.
seconded. All in favor? Okay. Okay, we're on agenda item number 3 to set a public hearing on the proposed change to town code adding a new chapter 26 entitled Public Meetings, and this has to do with in case we need to do it virtually, right?
Right, so that a board member can call in or Zoom in or what have you. It still has to be an in-person meeting, except it's in a state of emergency.
Okay, so we're setting it for June 13th, 2023. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Brian Donahue, second. Jerry Petari, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, declaration of intention of the town board to serve as lead agency pursuant to SECRA on this.
Motion.
That's a type 2 action, right? Okay. Brian, you made the motion?
I did.
Okay, second.
Second.
Jerry Petari, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 5, set the public hearing on the proposed amendment to the mixed-use development and mixed-use expansion of special permits.
And I'm just going to add, including an amendment to the actual special permit. I'll give Rosanna language tomorrow,
Okay.
but that's
And
included.
that's what Jerry was talking about
Correct.
earlier. Okay. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Jerry Petari, second.
I'll second.
Brian Donahue, all in favor?
Aye.
And then we need to declare ourselves detention of the town board to serve as lead agency pursuant to SECRA. This is on
Including the special permit, right.
Including the special permit. Motion?
Motion.
It's close, it's a tie. You heard Tom first, so Tom made the motion and Jerry seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
It's whoever Joe hears, that's what rules. Okay. He can't see, but. He can hear, so that's what he is. He goes like this. Okay, number 7, approve additional services for AKRF. This has to do with the Orangetown Comprehensive Plan, which has gone beyond the contract scope, so we need to authorize additional funds. Can I get a motion?
Moved.
Jerry Petari, second.
Second.
Tom Denny, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 8, approve, this is a tax cert matter regarding Cortland Realty LLC. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have another tax cert regarding, I can't even say this, Steve O, I can't even, forget that one, I can't even say it. Yeah, whatever. You can, DeLeo and Millum LLC. Okay, motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Release of the SMK Green subdivision, money held in escrow in lieu of performance bond. Motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Appoint Mike Majorano to the position of senior grounds worker, probationary effective May 15, 2023, in the Department of Parks and Recreation.
Motion.
Brian Donahue, second.
Second.
Jerry Petaro, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so combine and approve items, agenda items 13 to 16. Combine and approve, which are all under assistance, which again is for the Grand Fondo, the Greek Festival, the Rockland GA event on June 18th, and the Highway Department, what is this, what is it?
May 24th.
Oh, that's a different thing, okay, and May 24th. Okay, motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that was
Aye.
12 to 16, okay. So we have a receive and file documents in the town clerk's office. Can I get a motion?
Moved.
Tom Devany,
I'll
second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
On the audit?
Okay, the audit for tonight consists of 5 warrants for a total of $3.8 million. Items of interest, 1 through 4, are 2 months of applied golf contracts. Number 8, Fanshawe, $455,000 for new town hall electrical. Number 9, Fred Devens Construction, $60,000 for Tier 4 pump station upgrades. Number 12, Joe Lombardo Plumbing and Heating, $168,000 for new town hall plumbing. Number 17, Department of Civil Service, $955,000 for healthcare. Number 18, Precision Safe Sidewalks, $40,000 for sidewalk shaving. Number 19, Precision Electric Motorworks, $64,000 for pump station cleaning and repair. Number 21, SNL Plumbing, $493,000 for new town hall HVAC. And number 24, Vanis Construction, $1.1 million for GC of the new town hall. Any questions on the audit?
Nope.
Motion to accept the audit?
Motion.
You got it? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have additional items that were placed on the agenda pursuant to a motion from last meeting by Councilman Tom Divany and seconded by Councilman Paul Valentine. So we have number 19, appoint Ashley Schutter to the position of account clerk typist, grade 4, step 1, effective May 10, 2023. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
No, Brian. I'll do second.
Okay, Brian Donahue, second. Tom Divany, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Appoint, no, it's not appoint Kristen, right? It's really not appoint him. but-
What would be the word?
Grant Christopher Sheen, change the salary appointment.
Yeah. No, it's not reappointed, it's appointed, so.
On the Recreation Commissioner, Dean Grant Christopher Sheehan, a change of salary.
Yeah, get rid of appoint, just
I would
say,
say
upon
Grant
the,
Grant
Chris,
Christopher Sheehan, confidential assistant, a change of salary from 89.
All right.
okay, so, motion,
Moved.
second?
Second.
On a roll call?
Councilman Tom Divany,
Yes.
Councilman Brian Donahue,
Yes.
Councilman Jerry Batari,
Yes.
and Supervisor Teresa Kenny.
No, but I just want to say something, because this has nothing to do with Chris, I think he's great, I just think that this should be done as the budget and a comprehensive look at everyone's salaries, so I think Chris is great. I don't have any doubt to, any reason to think he doesn't deserve what he's getting, but I just think that this really should have been done at budget time, and it's part of a comprehensive look at what other people are making, so, no.
I respect that.
Okay, so we don't need to go into executive, right? Okay.
Motion.
To close, right?
We got any-
Oh, no, we do have an adjournment, we do.
Got one.
Yeah, we actually have an adjournment for Esther Baitler, I don't know if anyone knew, but, yeah, so, what's that?
So, Brian was asking.
Esther
Oh,
used to
you
come
know,
here
oh,
quite
yeah, you
often.
weren't here, but yeah.
Regular
Esther-
attendee at the board meetings, and she
Yeah,
will be missed.
she's, yeah, she will be missed in her own way, so anyway. So can I get a motion to close? Second? All in favor?
Aye.